Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Craftmas Day 9. In today's video, I am going to be crafting with wood. So let's get into the video. Okay, so for my first project, I have these wooden cubes, which I painted with matte paint. I just use some simple Craft Smart paint from Michaels. And this is the package that it came in. There were 4 in this package, and I purchased it at Hobby Lobby. As I mentioned, they're already painted. I didn't paint the bottom of them because I didn't feel the need to, because they're going to be face down the entire time. Well, bottom down the entire time, I should say. I do have some vinyl that I need to weed, which should be pretty simple. Okay. And as you can see, this just says joy. Now, I cut out the O, but I don't think I'm going to be using it. I think what I'm going to do is use this silver snowflake in place of the O. But I did cut it just in case I changed my mind, but I'm going to go ahead and go with the silver snowflake. Okay, I do need some transfer tape to transfer these. I'm going to cut a small piece. I am going to just put this up against my hoodie real quick just to lose some of that tack. I just don't want it to peel my paint. It may not, but just to be safe, I just take a little bit of the tack off. All right, I'm going to turn it on its side here and put my J in the middle. That looks pretty good. Okay, so we have the first portion of this craft completed. So what I'm gonna do now is stack them. So ultimately they will be like this. I don't want to stack it just straight on like that. How I'm going to stack it is just a little tilt of the middle one. So it would look like that. I'm going to stand it up. I know you obviously can't see the words at the moment, but bear with me. I have 2 different color ribbons here. This is a silver glitter and this one is navy blue. And both of them are from Hobby Lobby. Okay, so I can already see that this ribbon here is messy. There's like glitter everywhere already. Oh boy. Okay, I want to kind of double up this ribbon. I'm going to see if this idea works. I'm gonna sit the cubes on top of these 2 pieces of ribbon, and then I want to bring them up. But before I do that, wait a minute, I totally forgot. I need to secure my cubes. So what I'm gonna do is put a little glue here. Yeah, do a little of that. And put that down. And then put glue here. And then just try to make sure it is straight because, you know, once it's on there, it's on there. It looks pretty straight to me. All right, now they are secure. I know they're not going to come apart. So I should be able to tie these with no problem. And I may also put a little glue on the sides of my ribbon and glue it to the cube. This way the ribbon doesn't move either. And I won't have any bulging on the sides. So let's see. Let's start with this side. I'm gonna lay it on its side. It'll probably be easier to glue that way. All right, here we go. So put a little bead of glue right there. And then I'm gonna put a bead of glue up here. First, let me do this navy blue one. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, so I have both sides secured. This is looking so good. Okay, now what do I want to do with the top? I didn't really have a plan as to how I wanted to finish this off. So let's see. Maybe let me try tying it and see how that comes out. Okay, that's not too bad. I need to figure out these tails. I definitely don't want them to hang like that. I'm gonna grab my scissors and just cut them on a diagonal on both sides. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to keep them that long. Oh my goodness, there's glitter everywhere. There is glitter everywhere. Okay, so I had another idea. Here's some more ribbon. This one is from Michaels. I am going to take this ribbon and make a bow. And I'm going to walk you guys through this bow. I saw it on Pinterest. I've seen it before, but I didn't know how to do it. So I kind of studied the video and I think I got the hang of it. So you're going to hold the ribbon in your dominant hand and you want to put the ribbon on your middle finger of the opposite hand. And of course you're going to need to use your thumb just for stability purposes for a moment. And you want to wrap it twice. So that's 1 and then 2. Then you want to take your index finger and just kind of hold that in place. And then I'm going to use my thumb and wrap it around my thumb now. But not just around my thumb. It's going to go around my thumb and the middle finger again. So now you have 1 and 2. This time you're going to... So now that it's underneath, because you're wrapping it around everything here, you're going to take it and wrap around the top. And look, I'm wrapped around everything here. And then take the tail and swoop it into this little loop here. Tuck it in there and pull it out if I can grab it. Hold on, gotta get it in there. Okay, we got it in there. And then you want to tighten it right in the middle. Pull tight, tight, tight. Because you want it. This is how you're securing your ribbon. And you can do this with larger ribbon as well. The person that recorded the video, she was using excuse me, she was using much larger ribbon. So there we go. Now I'm going to pull my fingers out, and from in the inside here, you get a tail. And there's your tail. And then wait, we're not done. Because we wrapped it around our fingers twice, we have 2 little ribbons there, okay? So I thought that was pretty, when I saw it, I was like, okay, that's pretty easy. I had to watch the video a couple times to make sure I got the hang of it. So if you have to roll this back, and if you're trying to do it, roll it back and take it step by step, because that's exactly what I did watching the lady. I had to pause it and be like, what is she doing? Okay. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm a little hoarse. Just a little bit. And my voice just keeps going like in and out. But anyway, I'm going to cut this side. All right. There we go. And now we've got a ribbon. We've got a bow. And I was thinking of doing this with it. I don't know if I should cut these tails a little shorter, if I should tuck them. Let's see. Should I tuck them? Let's see what we should do with this. All right, you guys. I have an idea. I want to take this out because this is making it very bulky and it's making it difficult. So I'm going to cut these like really short. And I'm going to cut these like here. And let me make sure. And here. All right. That's what we're going to do. Yes, that's so much better. Oh my goodness. I should have thought of that from the beginning. I'm going to put a little glue here. So I have both sides glued down. This is going to be so much easier to secure the ribbon to our little bow here. Yes. Oh, thank you, God. This is so much better. But we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue here. And then glue this down. All right, and there it is. Now we have a little decor. It looks so good, and you have the ribbon. Everything is secure because we glued everything to everything, so you don't have to worry about anything falling off. If it gets knocked down, you don't have to worry about anything shifting. Everything is secured with the hot glue, and it looks so good. I love, even though the glitter is messy, it definitely gives this a nice pop. All right, I am going to clean up this space and we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay, so we have another piece of wood here. This is a part of the wood plank that I bought from Lowe's. And I used a piece of this for my very first Craftmas video, which was the countdown. This I actually had this cut up into several pieces. So there are so many pieces of that one wood plank that I purchased from Lowe's. Just so you know, the measurements are 30, 5.5, and 3/4. So I'm going to start by drilling, mainly because, you know, there's going to be sawdust and I want to make sure I get that all cleaned up before we start putting any vinyl on the wood. I'm going to use the drill to create my cup holes. I actually already did the measurements. You may not be able to see it, but there are these tiny marks here for where my pilot holes will need to go. So let's start with the drill. Okay, so I have my pilot holes done. Now, I need to get some weeding done for the board. I have this really long piece of vinyl here, and I have a few other pieces, some green and some silver. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some music on and get all of this weeded out. So I have this entire thing weeded, and it says Silent Night, Holy Night. And of course, you can put any saying you would want on yours if you plan to remake, if you plan to make this. I am going to get some transfer tape out. Okay, so I have my two pieces. I'm going to start by just exposing a little bit of the transfer tape so I can hopefully get this on here neatly with no air bubbles. Wonderful. All right, let's do it again. All right, I'm gonna overlap it just to make sure that they stay together. And then just slowly there we go. And then burnish. Okay. And then lift this up. I'm going to do the other side as well. This should release pretty nicely. Oh no. No, 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 no. All good. Okay, where should this go? I need to leave some space on the edges because I have the trees, as you saw. I might need to stand up for this so I can actually see. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go with that. Okay, let's slowly pull this off. You may have to do some reinforcement just to make sure that everything is sticking down. Okay, I got that off, and I am going to get my trees on now. So I'm going to cut this down. Got a small piece here. for my tree. And then I just have a few snowflakes, so I am going to get those on here. Okay, the last thing I need to put on here are the cup hooks. These are 7/8. That's the size of the cup hooks I got, and these are also from Lowe's. I am hoping that I drilled my pilot holes deep enough. We will find out in a minute. All right, and they are all in there. And then I will just hang the stockings from the cup hooks. So there is that. That is our project. And of course, you can make it your own, but it looks good. Everybody doesn't have a mantle in their home where you can hang stockings from. So this is another way of hanging your stockings. We typically hang ours on the wall, but this year we'll get to hang it from our new stocking holder. All right, you guys, so those are the wood projects for today. We have our decor with the cubes and our cute bow. We know how to make a bow now. Take it slow if you are trying to recreate it. Just go one step at a time. But this came out really nice. I love, as I mentioned before, the pop of the glitter ribbon. And what we just finished making, the Christmas stocking board that we can now hang on the wall and allow our stockings to hang from our customized board. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it gave you some ideas of some things that you can make for your home. Before you go, don't forget to like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course, turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss any of the 12 days of Craftmas videos or any other videos in the future. All right, until tomorrow, later CV crew. So I'm popping back in to tell you that I made a little bit of changes. Before I had the cup hooks here, 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 and here. And once I put the stockings on, it didn't pan out the way I thought it would. So what I did was I adjusted certain things, like I took one of my snowflakes and I just covered the little hole that is here and then created a new hole here. And just so you know, there's 5 inches in between each cup hook. There's a little more than 5 here, but that's fine. And all the stockings lay nicely with it like this. So I just wanted to pop back in to show you guys that I made just a couple changes. Like I said, just covered this hole and created a new hole here. All right, see you tomorrow.